guys, welcome back to my channel. I am almost embarrassed to show you that my pantry looks like this, but I hope this gives you a little bit of inspiration to clean with me. Now these white bins I already had in here from Dollar Tree, and I never put labels on them even though that was my intention 2 years ago when I bought them. So to finally declutter my entire pantry and get proper labels on everything just makes me so happy every time I open up this space. And as you guys can tell, these labels that I made from my Cricut machine are very much Rae Dunn inspired, and if you stick around towards the end of the video, I show you guys just how I made them. And just opening this pantry, it's pretty overwhelming. So to get started with decluttering, I just went one shelf at a time and I went from top to bottom. So to begin with the top shelf, I just wanted to clear out absolutely everything, and I'm just placing all of the boxes and bins onto my countertop so I could sort it all out. It blows my mind that this is how many snacks are in the top shelf alone. I mean, the amount of chips that I own is insane. I don't know how it got to be this bad. To start the purging process of my pantry, I am just going through and throwing away everything that's either barely anything left, expired, or it's just stuff that I know we're not going to eat. Super embarrassing, but this expired in 2018. And after I spent a long time condensing everything there, this is all that I had left, and I definitely want to take all of those boxes out of the packaging, but just look at how much space I created in this top shelf. So getting started with the second, I'm going to go ahead and empty out everything just as I did the first shelf. One of the funniest things I realized while doing this pantry clean out is the amount of Jello mixes and like instant pudding mixes that I own. It literally filled up this entire bin, and I have no idea why I own so many. And here I just wanted to condense my OXO containers. I love these things so much, but I just feel like I had the wrong things in them. So now that I've kind of rearranged them and used them how I should be, I feel like they're so much more useful. And I am only on my second shelf, and I am already on my second garbage bag. In total, I want to say I spent about 3 hours redoing my pantry, and I really spent so much time because I wanted to make sure that the sections that I was making with the different baskets would be so concise that this disorganization wouldn't happen again. And if you guys are cleaning along with me, my number one tip for cleaning out your pantry has to be to remove everything from its original packaging. And that makes such a difference with creating space, and also it's just nicer to look at when things are a little bit more uniformed. Now that I've finally gotten to my fourth shelf, I've always known that this basket of Ziploc bags never made sense, mainly because the boxes are rectangular and this basket is round, so they never really fit in there properly. So you'll see me later transforming those into one of those square baskets. So I finally went through all of my shelves, and this is pretty much where I've ended up. There are still a few things that I think I want to change in the future, but for right now, I am so happy with how much has left this pantry and how much more organized it's became. Now, grabbing out my phone, I am going to an app called Google Keep. It is very much like notes, but a little bit more organized. I created one that just has the pantry labels, and I did end up changing these names a little bit, but I just want to make sure that I have everything correct so that I don't have to remake labels. The vinyl that I have is 12 by 12, so I just went into Photoshop and created a 12 by 12 image, and I'm using the font called The Skinny. It is available on defont.com. I'll link everything below, and it is very similar to the Rae Dunn font. So I really just typed everything that I made from my Google Task notes and fit as many labels as possible onto this 12 by 12 space. I ended up taking up 2 images 12 by 12 for my entire pantry. And once I had my 2 images made, I went over to the Cricut space and I uploaded my images as a simple image. And by the way, I did it as a PNG and the background was already transparent. And I saved it as a cut image. This way, there's no more editing that has to be done within Cricut space. You just kind of upload it and you're ready to cut. And after my image was done cutting out on the Cricut, I just cut everything into strips and then I cut every word individually. And if you guys have a Cricut machine, you know that the process of this is called weeding. And basically I am just removing the vinyl that I don't want. So obviously I'm removing the space that is around the letters and within the little holes. And when you're done weeding all of your labels, you're going to grab some contact paper, and I just cut out like manageable pieces. I peeled off the back, and then I took all of my labels and just stuck as many as I can on there and try not to waste too much space. And once I got all of those on there, I just grabbed a little tool and made sure that all of my vinyl was really stuck to the contact paper. And I went ahead and cut those out. And it is as simple as peeling away the contact paper from the vinyl and then sticking that right onto your surfaces. As you can see, these bins have ridges on them. So to try to keep it uniform, I counted 3 lines down from the top. So that way all of them would kind of be centered and in the same spacing. And I just like to run over the vinyl with my finger, even when I pull away the contact paper, just to make sure that it's all stuck in place. And the wonderful thing about using vinyl is that I can easily scrape these off and there'll be no residue left behind in case I ever wanted to change these labels. And before I get the comments, I know what is inside the container labeled rice is actually white chocolate chips, but I will be changing that in a little bit. And also these containers that had two words, I wanted to put one under the other just like a Rae Dunn cup would. So I just put on the top label, removed the contact paper, and then put on the second one. And if there were any cooking directions that you guys wanted to keep, for instance this rice one, I just cut it out and taped it to the bottom of the container. That way it remains hidden. But overall, I am so pleased with how this came out. Again, it is such a pleasing thing to open my pantry door and look at this, and I am so happy I spent the time doing it. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please do, because I would love for you guys to join my YouTube family. And until next week, I'll talk to you guys then. Bye.